welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into the Volkswagen Group. Big changes happening there.
Definitely. They've got this huge transformation plan. We've got a pretty detailed analysis here looking at their whole strategy.
Yeah, the goal is to pull out the key stuff, right? Their plan to become a global automotive tech driver by 2035. We want to get you the core insights fast.
Exactly. It's built around this mobility for generations idea, three main pillars: resilience, adaptability, and financial robustness. Basically, can they weather storms, change fast, and stay profitable?
And the focus areas seem pretty clear. Electrification, obviously.
Right.
Software, connectivity, autonomous driving.
And sustainability, yeah. They call it Regenerate Plus, aiming for net carbon neutral by 2050. They're rolling this out globally, but also tailoring it regionally.
Let's jump into the electric side first.
Yeah.
Those targets are, well, ambitious. 80% battery electric vehicles in Europe by 2030 for the whole group.
It's huge, and the VW brand itself is aiming for only EVs in Europe by 2033, though there seems to be some wiggle room appearing there lately.
Less aggressive in North America and China, those still significant targets, 55% and 50% BEV respectively by 2030.
And the Q1 numbers for 2025, they did show decent BEV growth, especially in Europe, up over 100% actually.
Yeah.
Reached 10% share globally.
But there's always a but, isn't there? What are the hurdles?
Oh, absolutely. Huge competition, obviously Tesla, BYD, especially in China. Plus, EV adoption isn't a straight line upwards everywhere. Some markets are slowing down a bit.
Price sensitivity too, I imagine.
Big time. And then there's the internal stuff. Possible delays, phasing out combustion engines. They might refresh the Golf, Tiguan, T-Roc again. And the big one, software.
Ah, yes, Cariad. That's been a bumpy road.
Understatement. It caused real delays for key electric models like the Porsche Macan EV, the Audi Q6 e-tron. Even impacted their big future project, Trinity.
So Cariad was meant to be this in-house software powerhouse, right? Developing everything up to level 4 autonomy.
That was the initial vision, yeah. Build standardized platforms, bring development in-house. But it ran into, well, major issues: delays, cost overruns, organizational problems.
So what's the plan now?
A major realignment, new leadership, restructuring, and honestly, a much more pragmatic approach. They're leaning more on partnerships now.
Like the Rivian deal.
Exactly. That's for a joint venture on software and architecture, and XPeng in China for a specific EV platform there. Plus, deepening ties with Mobileye for driver assistance and autonomous tech. It's a clear shift.
Okay, let's switch gears. VW Group has so many brands. How do they manage that portfolio? VW, Skoda, C8, Audi, Porsche, Bentley.
They use a brand group structure. Core brands like VW and Skoda focus on synergies. Progressive Audi, Bentley, Lamborghini collaborates on premium tech. And Sport Luxury, which is basically Porsche, has more independence.
So they share platforms like MEB and the upcoming SSP to save costs.
Precisely. Share platforms, share components where it makes sense, but try really hard to keep the brand identities distinct. It's a constant balancing act.
Financially speaking, how are they holding up through all this change? It must cost a fortune.
It does. 165 billion planned investment between 2025 and 2029. A massive chunk is for EVs and digital tech.
And the recent results?
A bit mixed. FY24 saw revenue up slightly, but profit and margins were down. The early look at Q1 2025 shows revenue up again, but operating profit took a significant hit, partly due to special items.
What are the big financial risks?
Well, what happens to the value of all their old combustion engine cars? Stranded assets is a term you hear. Regulatory changes are always a risk. And just, will people actually buy the EVs at the price and volume they need? Moody's even downgraded them, citing profitability worries.
Okay, last area. India. A critical but very tough market. What's the strategy there?
They launched India 2.0, really focusing on localization with a specific platform, the MQB-A0IN. The goal was efficiency and grabbing more market share, maybe 3-5%.
How's that going? They launched the Kushaq, Taigun, Slavia, Virtus.
They did. And recently, the Skoda Kailak, a smaller SUV, which seems to have started strong. But honestly, hitting that market share target looks really tough. It's closer to 2% right now.
Why so challenging?
Intense competition. Maruti Suzuki, Hyundai, Tata, Mahindra are huge players. It's incredibly price sensitive. And VW's brand perception around maintenance costs, maybe some past quality issues, that plays a role too. Plus, the EV infrastructure is still developing.
So EVs in India for VW, that seems like the next logical step, but difficult.
Very. They're looking at potential EV manufacturing investment, but they'll need really cost-effective models specifically for India. It's not straightforward.
Right. So wrapping this up for everyone listening, VW's transformation is massive. It's complex. They're making progress on EVs, especially in Europe, but hitting roadblocks with software, facing fierce competition, particularly in China.
And navigating big financial pressures while managing this huge portfolio of brands, the partnerships seem increasingly key, especially for software and India. Huge potential, but requires a very specific, likely EV-focused approach going forward.
It's a fascinating high-stakes game. So here's something to think about. With everything VW is juggling, the tech shift, the global competition, the internal challenges, what single factor do you think will be the biggest decider for whether they actually become that global automotive tech driver by 2035? Is it the tech itself? Winning regionally? Something else entirely?
A great question to ponder.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
I've included links with more details in the description below, so be sure to check those out. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Deep Dive, like the video, and ring the bell for more helpful content. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day ahead.